Move forward, we need to have reasonable and responsible elected officials stand up and decide it is time to set aside those who would stand in the way and instead figure out a reasonable pathway home, a pathway we've offered multiple times in the last couple of weeks, and we're willing to continue to offer.
That was Governor Walker speaking yesterday about problems negotiating with Democrats, specifically Senate Leader Mark Miller.
Joining us now to talk about the negotiations from the Democratic side is Senator Jon Erpenbach. Good morning, Senator.
Hi, guys. How are you?
We're well. Thank you very much. Governor Walker is alluding to the fact that they have been misled during negotiations. So what's the deal?
Well, I'm trying to find out how they would come to that conclusion, because we had thought last Thursday afternoon we were making progress with the Walker administration. And then late Thursday afternoon, the Senate Republicans passed a resolution essentially saying we could be arrested by State Patrol if we crossed back over to Wisconsin. So we were obviously real confused and very frustrated, because we're hearing one thing out of the Walker administration and something completely different out of the Senate Republicans. But that aside, you know, we're still here, and we will continue like we've been doing every day to reach out to the other side of the issue to see if we can come to some sort of resolution over this, get home and have a vote. I mean, that's what we wanted to do from the very beginning. So, again, we're gonna reach out today and see what happens.
Who will you reach out to? Can you tell us, Senator?
Well, I do know that Senator Jauch and Senator Cullen have talked with both Senate Republicans and the Walker administration, and I know that Governor Walker has sent a couple of people on his behalf down to South Beloit, and they met. So we kind of got this shuttle diplomacy thing going on, But again, it's a situation where we will talk with whoever is willing to try and come to some sort of agreement over the issue of collective bargaining. So at the very least, we can deal with that and move forward. But, you know, just every day we continue to reach out.
Do you see any meaningful progress being made at all? We've heard that the governor says he's willing to talk and negotiate, and we know that the Democrats have been saying that the same thing, that they're willing as well, but there just seems to be something is missing here.
Well, you're right. Something is missing, and we're trying to figure out what that is. Again, when we're dealing with the governor's administration, you know, we're dealing with a couple of people who are trying to move us forward, like we are as well. And then, you know, yesterday's a good example. The governor gets up at a press conference and just slams us for not doing what we're supposed to be doing, when behind the scenes we're talking with his administration. So it's almost a question of you know, which Governor Walker are we dealing with? The one who's going after us publicly at press conference and kind of lobbing grenades out there, or the ones working behind the scenes to try and come to resolution over this. But, you know, all frustration aside, we will again reach out. We will offer up ideas that hopefully we can agree on and move forward on it.
The pressure is obviously very immense. Yesterday, example, calling out Senator Miller. The paychecks have been withheld. The staffers can't use copy machines, that sort of thing. Are any of the 14 ready to crack and come back?
No, and that's a really good question. The pressure isn't on us as much as it is, I think, on Senate Republicans, because some of them are looking at recalls right now. We all know what the polling information says on this. It's not like people are going home. As a matter of fact, it's just the opposite. More and more people are showing up every day all over the state to voice their concerns on the issues that are in the budget repair bill and now the big state budget. So if you take a step back and you know that we're reaching out every day, and what we're getting in return is what you just listed, Rob, was copy machines, paychecks, parking spots, you know, arresting us. We're trying to stick to the issue here. And all we're getting back in return from the Senate Republicans are resolution after resolution. So, again, it's not, yeah, we're under pressure, but not nearly as much pressure, I think, as they are right now.
And, Senator, to add, something else to your plate, now there are recall efforts underway. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, people feel very, very strongly about this. There's no doubt about that. Both ways, people feel very strongly about that, and I respect that. But I also know the majority of the people of Wisconsin feel very, very strongly about trying to protect the rights of collective bargaining. And it says right in the law that everybody has the right. That's what it says in the law. So I think the pressure on the recalls right now, if you take a look around the state, more so in the Republican recall seats than the Democrat recall seats. I mean, some cases are a third of the way there getting the signatures already. So, again, you couple that with the polling that's going on, and the Senate Republicans know where the people in Wisconsin stand on this issue. I would tend to think that they're probably talking amongst themselves right now, trying to find a way out of this.
Senator, thank you very much for joining us.
All right, thanks a lot, you guys. I appreciate it.
Okay.
We do want to mention that we reached out to several Republican senators, but none accepted our request to appear on the show. We'll be right back.